It is a chilly night in Niagara Falls, New York, but boy, do we got a fun one for you. It is LFA 202. Dave Farah alongside Gilbert Melendez. Thank you for joining us here on the LFA Network on YouTube. Gil, great to be alongside you, my friend, and what a main card we have got.
Oh, great to be here, and chilly is an understatement. It is freezing out there, man, but I'm happy we're indoors, and I'm happy we get to see some fights tonight, Dave.
Yeah, and let's start with this main event. Puyi Nkuya and Adrian Garcia, we had a chance to chat with these guys, and the confidence of these two is unmatched, Gil. These guys are ready to go and prove something tonight.
You said it, Dave. Their convictions are there. Puyi Nkuya out of Ray Longo's gym, just like his teammates, Aljamain Sterling, former champ, and current champ, Merab Dvalishvili. He can take you down over and over, and he has fantastic cardio. Look for him to probe and use his grappling.
And Adrian Garcia goes from the prelims to the main event because of this performance that you actually called, Gil, where he put on a show. He was an underdog in this one. He knows he's an underdog coming in to the main event tonight. He said he's got a chip on his shoulder because of it.
Absolutely. Adrian Garcia showed out at Commerce Casino and really showed why he can earn this fight. Fast, lanky, a great fighter, earn that position in the main event.
And you're seeing some highlights here from our co-main event. It is Shuya Kabuga, and he is fighting in the United States for the very first time, fighting in the LFA for the very first time, so the pressure is on to have another big performance.
Shuya known for his grappling. We see some great striking there, but look for him to use this Kimura technique, which is beautiful, defending the takedowns, an extremely great grappler.
His challenge tonight is Mateus Santos. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, looking at some of the handiwork here of hometown hero Joe Taylor, who is 6-0, unretired to come out and fight tonight once again in his own backyard.
That's right. Joe Taylor is a Muay Thai specialist, fought in Glory Kickboxing, back in MMA, fighting for more than himself. He's fighting for his nonprofit.
Sierra Dinwoody, you're seeing her handiwork on the screen right now, taking on Nikki Nomas. And that's how she wanted to be referred to, Nikki Nomas. It's going to be a fun fight. Sierra at 5'11", big favorite going into this one.
I really believe this is going to be a fun fight. Both these ladies are very confident, both big ladies. Dinwoody, though, has such great grappling in that lane. Look for her to use that reach tonight.
We got a bantamweight fight in between that, but to kick off our main card on UFC Fight Pass, you're going to see Jade Sheely and Christina Brodor, and that at strawweight should be a burner to get this main card going.
Yes, I can't wait for this fight. Sheely, we've seen her grow before our very eyes. 125-pounder, cut down to 115, having tremendous success with her dad in the corner, a K1 veteran. Though she likes her striking, she's been leaning on the grappling, submitting all her opponents.
Sheely and Brader should be an absolute blast at 115. We got ourselves a good one. It's kicking off on UFC Fight Pass, and thank you so much for joining us early as we are set to go with our prelims. Let's take a look at some of the odds, Gil, before we take it up into the cage. As you see, we got some big favorites on this card. I mean, Nkuya -745. There's a -700 in the Yimi. I mean, there's some big favorites on this card, but the underdogs are game tonight. I expect all of these bouts to be competitive and fun, regardless of what the odds are telling us right now.
Absolutely, and plus 545 for Garcia, man. Garcia is great. It's really going to come down to the grappling. Can he get off his back? Can he have his back? Can he stay in the center of the octagon? And can he defend those takedowns? But man, he has some striking and can put someone out with just one punch.
Now, Gil, let's go ahead and just pick it here. What do you think is the fight of the night looking at this main card?
Looking at this main card, I think Taylor versus Latu is going to be the fight of the night. Taylor's here going to show out in front of the home crowd, but Latu is a veteran of fighting. He's fought in the Contender Series. He's coming back from a knockout, and he has something to prove in every one of his fights. Have gone to a finish, not to a decision. Everything has been a finish, so I guarantee Taylor and Latu is going to perform tonight.
If you want to get in on the action, you can scan that QR code that is right on your screen. Thanks to our friends at Bet Online, and get some of the action. As we said, there are some live underdogs that are on this card tonight. LFA 202, main card getting underway shortly on UFC Fight Pass. But first, let's get to the prelims. Let's take a look at our tail of the tape, brought to us by Monster Energy. It's Peter Lucitt versus Elias Rodriguez, as you see, 26 and 23 respectively. Big reach advantage for Rodriguez, though, at 73 inches, Gil.
Yeah, you got to use that reach. If you're 73, expect Rodriguez to stay on the outside, pick them apart, probe them. But both these guys are here to fight. They want to make that main card. They want to have that Garcia effect where they show out. Maybe the next time they're in the main event.
Here is the voice of the LFA Octagon, Mr. Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube for continuing preliminary action here at LFA 202 in Cuda versus Garcia. We are set to go now for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Featherweight division, brought to you tonight by Monster Energy. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'9", weighed in 144.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 0 defeats. That win coming by way of submission. Representing high altitude martial arts, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Elias Rodriguez. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'8", weighed in 144.6 pounds. As a professional, he is 1-1. Representing Gonzo MMA, fighting out of Misty Mountain, Missouri, by way of Buffalo, New York, he is Peter Lucitt. Your referee in charge of this bout, Todd Anderson.
Gentlemen, over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. If you wish to touch gloves, do so now. Step back to your corners.
3 5-minute rounds is our format. Rodriguez is wearing the green trunks. Lucitt is wearing the gray trunks. Featherweight bout to kick things off here on YouTube and the LFA Fight Network. Thanks so much for being with us once again. Dave Farrow alongside Gilbert Melendez. We are underway. Round number 1. Pretty stony-faced when they got toe-to-toe there. They kind of touched gloves after a bit of a pause, Gil. I kind of like the intensity.
Oh, I like it. And both these gentlemen are in the center of the octagon. They mean business. Stance change for Rodriguez. Has Sam Hagen in his corner.
Oh, teep to the face, Gil.
Beautiful teep from the rear leg. Rodriguez now in the tight clinch. Both guys filling each other out, probing with those teeps, measuring the distance. Nice kicks by Lucitt.
Yeah, Rodriguez trying to lay in some punches there. Decent slip from Lucitt, but Rodriguez doing a pretty good job taking the center of the cage.
I agree. Holding the center, using that range. Longer arms, probably longer legs. We don't have that stat, but those straight punches are doing just great for him right now. And I think if he continues to manage this distance, he can pick Lucitt apart.
And Rodriguez looks like he's already dotted up the nose of Lucitt a little bit. Maybe a little bit of blood already. Just over a minute into round number 1. Rodriguez continues to stalk.
Yeah, adjustments being made by Lucitt, not staying in the center, playing the perimeter a little bit more. Knows when he throws, he has to throw in a barrage of punches, throwing big hooks, and there he goes. Can't reach the tall guys sometimes. You gotta throw big hooks and press forward.
Oh, huge knee, and he drops him. Can he finish? The referee jumping over the action. Lucitt's got a single leg. He's trying to get back to his feet, but Rodriguez right now overwhelming him, and he rocks him again, Gil.
He is stalking him now as Rodriguez. Beautiful knee. I think that landed to the chest. Oh, my goodness.
His nose is opened up, maybe his whole face.
Lucitt landed a big right hand on Rodriguez himself.
Blood is everywhere right now. Lucitt trying to get his wits back about him. It does look like he's doing a good job of recovering despite the blood streaming down his face. Lucitt gets the takedown.
Yeah, more than recovered. He ended up on top. I think he landed a big right hand as Rodriguez was pressing forward. Lots of blood all over the cage. We got ourselves a great scrap here to start things off.
Yeah, they heard go, and they sure are. Let's see what Lucitt's going to be able to do here, because obviously the blood has got to be playing a factor. It's getting so slippery so quick.
Yeah, he has to think that he might need to try to get a win here, try to get a submission, because if we take a look at that cut, I haven't seen it, but I imagine it's
referee's going to call time. I mean, I'm with you, Gil. I can't even tell exactly where the blood is coming from.
But it's coming out pretty fast.
There's a lot of blood.
Whole lot of action right now, just went down.
Look at Rodriguez, man. He's covered. Lucitt's blood, and it looks perhaps like is he resetting his nose? Boy, that is tough, man.
Did a pretty good job. It looks straight from here.
Yeah.
That's a big gash right on the bridge of his nose.
All that blood right from the bridge of the nose? Let's take a look at the knee here that caused the cut. And Rodriguez, nice full extension.
My goodness.
Directly, yeah. So it must have just caught that nose just right, so it's not necessarily the cut. I think his nose is just potentially broken here, but Lucitt's like, it's fine. I reset it. Let's go.
Yeah, we're
back to the action.
Smart by Lucitt to move to the grappling, closes the distance with the left hook, level changes.
Got the back again. Let's see if he's able to do anything with it. And Gil, maybe you can tell us, like, how much does it actually take out of you when you're cut like that?
You know, when you fight, I believe it goes very primal. You know, I don't think it's taking anything out of it. I mean, you know, it may be like, oh, I'm losing because of the cut, but, you know, you saw him. He was fixing his nose. He's going primal. He's feeling, you know, tough about it, and you just kind of, like, feel everything after, in my opinion.
Rodriguez looking for another home run shot. Lucitt doing a nice job of kind of slowing that down. I mean, we talked about the reach advantage when we were looking at the tail of the tape that Rodriguez has. I mean, a 5-inch reach advantage is significant, but Lucitt doing a pretty good job right now of trying to negate that by closing the distance.
Yep, Rodriguez, though, switching up as well, has the back and in superior position, trying to drag his opponent to the floor. Lucitt posting with his head, trying to peel the hands here.
In an action-packed first round, we still have a minute left on the clock.
You know, 40 seconds left here. You got to think Rodriguez is ahead. Maybe trying to make some adjustments, seeing if he can take it to the mat, seeing if he can do some damage and some submission and some control on top against Lucitt. Lucitt okay here. Trying to hang tough, maybe get through the round.
You mentioned it earlier, but Corey Sandhagen yelling out some instructions right now, trying to get his guy to finish this round strong. Down to our final 15 seconds of round number 1, and there he goes. Rodriguez does it, muscles Lucitt to the ground.
With short time left, he's on top. Way to end the round. Shows he can get it done in the striking department and in the grappling department.
And Rodriguez is going to finish round number 1 in a great spot with some ground and pound. That was wild, though. That was just one round, Gil.
Hey, man, it's a great start. It's a great start of the night right here. Lots of action. Good times ahead.
Sold out crowd tonight here at the beautiful Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino in Western New York. What a way to get things going here on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. Rodriguez has been toweled off, and he looks pretty confident. But let's take a look at some of the action here. Gil, walk us through it. I mean, big knee there.
Yeah, Rodriguez shifting stance, is going in that southpaw stance. Started off unconventional, but when you're southpaw and you're long, kicks and knees work tremendously. Lucitt lowering his head, landed that beautiful knee. And as they got up, Rodriguez gets the tie clinch. More of the Muay Thai. Lands some beautiful knees in the clinch, doing damage to the face of Lucitt, scoring a lot of points.
And just an additional left hand right to the bridge of that nose that was already jacked up. And you see the corner. They're having to do some work here, but it looks like he's going to be okay. It does appear, though, Gil, that there is another cut that is right above his left eye, and that does look like it's draining blood as well.
And that one's above the eye, like you said. That can drip into the eye, and that's when the referees and the judges start stopping fights. Doctors start stopping fights because it impairs the vision. But what a stud Lucitt is. Look, he pops back up, ready to perform for us all.
Yeah, and they are going to take a look at it. So the doctors are coming into the cage right now. To your point, Gil, I mean, when you have a cut right above the eye like that, got to make sure it's not going to open up more and potentially get down into the eye. But I think you had a great point about how much it just affects your vision, even if the doctors let this keep going, because there's so much blood that's running directly down into your eye. What do you do?
Yeah, that's when you do feel the impact. When it starts impairing your vision, what you do is you say, listen, they might stop this fight. It's time to go. Full throttle, pedal to the metal.
Full send.
Got a full send because they might stop it. You know, and if I'm a referee, I'd like to give that warning to the fighter. Listen, man, you're bleeding bad. We need to stop this fight, so you better go for it before I do.
And Lucitt's coming after it too.
There it is.
Right away, throws a couple of punches, goes for the takedown, and gets the back once again. Let's see if Rodriguez is able to get out of this one too.
Rodriguez doing a good job of being patient here. Composed, great guard, great defense. Lucitt used all the energy trying to get that takedown. Rodriguez on a good 7 out of 10. Calm, composed, back on that southpaw stance.
And Lucitt's opportunity to shoot and get the takedown here without all the blood is already closing. You see the blood once again starting to stream down the face, Gil.
Oh yeah, it is bleeding. But what I do like Lucitt is doing, his adjustment is I can't land straights, but I can land big hooks. If I do my best Mike Tyson slip, dip, close the distance and fire some hooks, I can hit them and I can get to the takedown here or connect with them so I can work the grappling. That's where he's having his most success. Grappling department and the hooks in the pocket.
So Lucitt manages to pick the ankle there, but Rodriguez throws a couple of elbows once he goes to the ground and already finds his way back to his feet.
Yeah, it's kind of a challenging to call takedowns in MMA. Someone like Rodriguez here, yeah, he got taken down, but he was never really controlled, right? Always neutralized, had his elbows in, has hand control, and now he's reversing, standing arm triangle here, which we saw at the end of the first. Looks like he might do something with it. Trip him, land an arm triangle, get a finish on his feet. Pretty amazing stuff here.
Plenty of time to work. 3.5 minutes here in round number 2, and does break the clasp there, but nice elbow on the break.
Yep, and to your point, now this blood is actually probably working against Rodriguez, who's trying to land that standing arm triangle. But Lucitt's slipping out, so the blood maybe helped him on that one.
And Lucitt maybe having some trouble actually seeing here. I mean, there's so much blood. You mentioned it at the beginning of this round, but I mean, the close-up shot of his face, I mean, it looks like something out of a Gladiator movie. He is covered in blood.
I love it, I love it. Yeah, true Gladiator as well. Not just looking like it, but they are true Gladiators.
Oh, man. Another big knee. That has been a calling card of Rodriguez so far in the first.
Oh, the body.
Oh, he got him, he hurt him, and he dropped down, and that is the end, ladies and gentlemen. Elias Rodriguez gets the finish here at LFA 202 with a nice dance move to showcase his big moment inside of the octagon.
Not bad dance moves either.
Better than I could do, man.
A very impressive win for Rodriguez. Awesome on the outside, conventional to the southpaw. Great knees, great kicks.
I mean, if you're Rodriguez and his team, you've got to be thrilled with the way that he used his Muay Thai in this fight. I mean, he had the length and the reach advantage, and boy, did he put that to fantastic use, not just with his hands, but like you were saying earlier, Gil, his kicks, his knees were on point.
Absolutely, and composed out there, mixed in some grappling, and almost lured his opponent in to try to take him down, wore him do-si-do, switched it up. Great work all around.
He busts out a dance move. He puts on his chain. This kid's got some swagger, man.
He's feeling it for sure, man. He's definitely feeling it. Rightfully so.
What a performance from him. And Lucitt right now is on the stool. He's being talked to by the doctors. He's rocked pretty well, Gil.
Oh, man, he left it all in there for us. He didn't quit. You know, he did his best and took some punishment, and, you know, and we're talking about earlier, you know, how does that affect you when you're bleeding? Everything kicks in as soon as the bout ends. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how much I got hit, how much damage I took. But
that really hurt.
When the adrenaline goes down, you start realizing, like, my goodness, I took some licks here.
And they're keeping a close eye on him. It looks like he's sitting up. They're just making sure that eye is going to be okay. So Rodriguez continues the celebration. Great performance from him to get things going here at LFA 202. But here's the end of it, Gil, if you want to walk us through it.
Yes.
Looks like just that right hand to the body.
You saw it right there, man. He shifted over to the southpaw position, dipped down, hands were up, so went to the body. Here it is again, straight punch.
Boom.
Punch to the body. Sees him go down, or going down. Look, it loads up the knee gracefully from a conventional stance. Senses the blood, goes for the kill. Great stop by the referee.
Yeah, the timing was right on that. And then there's the highlight of the fight. He had the dance moves ready to go. Still covering his opponent's blood.
Get my boy's chain.
That's right.
There it is. Nice job, Rodriguez. And how awesome to perform in front of Sam Hagen like that. You know, you have him in your corner. You know, it gives you confidence, but also you just really want to perform for your teammates. We're one of these sports where you see a lot of fighters in the corner, not just your head coach, but a lot of fighters who are there with you, who train with you. They are your coach, but, you know, they're more of your teammate, and it goes a long way having a teammate like Sam Hagen in your corner.
And to that point, I mean, he's actually Sandhagen's videographer, so they spend so much time together. Elias is on the road with him all the time, and they're doing work together and production, and you know, he's really a part of Sandhagen's story in a way that Sandhagen is now becoming part of his story as he has his moment inside of the cage. So really cool full circle moment.
That is really cool, man. Rodriguez is going to have to hire his own camera guy soon, though, man, because he has his own thing going on. So hopefully they have another up-and-coming amateur that knows how to fight and record, right?
Lucitt, there you see the punishment that he took in that fight. Credit to him for just a gutsy performance. As you see, I mean, that nose looked like it was broken, and then he reset it, but the eye still bleeding. Just an absolute warrior.
Absolute warrior. Very true. Very true. Walk around with your chin high, Lucitt.
Doctors making sure that they're taking all the precautions, and he looks fully aware, just pretty banged up after a great fight here at LFA 202 to get things going. Yeah. And if you're digging that one, the main card coming up on UFC Fight Pass, we got ourselves a lot of great matchups tonight, but what a fun way to start things out, Gil.
Oh yeah, man. I think my boy Lucitt just needs some ice and a beer and he'll be okay.
I would imagine we might see him at the bar later. Seems like that.
Definitely buy him a beer,
I'll buy him a beer too.
Let's go.
Sold out crowd here tonight in Niagara Falls. They were asking us, hey, are you guys going to walk over to the falls? They're only about a half mile away. And I said, no.
I'm going to freeze halfway there and right in the spot right there. Wait. You know.
They will find me come summertime when I unthaw. Yeah, it is 12 degrees outside, and they said it feels like -5. Look at the pictures.
Oh, man. I actually have been here in the summertime when it's beautiful. And,
yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful outside. It's just, it's just a tough weather to deal with, but I had a chance to walk the falls. Man, I haven't been to the Canada side. I'm going to do that next time. It was in my mind, but with the snow, I pulled back on it. But, man, it's so fun to come here to the Seneca Casino and go run outside by the falls and, just take it all in. And next time I'm going to go to Canada and bring the wife out here.
Nice. All right, let's take it up inside of the cage. It is time for our official announcement as the prelims are done. Mike Kendall is going to take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Todd Anderson, calls a stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 22 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Elias Rodriguez.
Elias Rodriguez improves to 2-0 now. His perfect record stays intact with a great performance. Join us at the top of the hour over on UFC Fight Pass. LFA 202 is coming your way. Thanks so much for being here on the LFA Fight Network. More action coming up.
This is as real as it gets, and it's mind-blowing.
I love everything about that fight.
These are the moments that the fighters live for. I can't wait. Oh, kicked him in the face. Oh, Rose.
We will all witness a piece of UFC history.
Unbelievable. You're sitting home watching this, and you just go, holy shit. The double tap does what he wants.
Master, teach me Kung Fu.
One of the most epic fights.
There's nothing I do better in this life than fighting.
Unbroken, baby. This team is unbroken.
We have a sport with some of the best athletes in the world.
Boom! One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see. Oh!
The UFC has never been stronger.
It does not get any better. Oh, that looks good. This is a crazy sport, ladies and gentlemen.